Hello, everyone. I'm Adam, and I'm excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Julia. We're so glad you could join us. Today we have a very important topic to discuss: mental health in the workplace. It's a subject that affects many people, and one that we believe is crucial for everyone to understand.
That's right, Julia. Mental health is just as important as physical health, especially when it comes to our work lives. We'll be talking about what mental health is, common issues people face, and how we can all help create a healthier, more supportive work environment.
We know this might seem like a serious topic, but don't worry. We'll keep things simple and easy to understand using basic words and sentences. Our goal is to help you learn English while also discussing something that matters a lot to many people.
Absolutely. We'll cover some key points, share tips, and even role-play some real-life scenarios to make things clearer. So, whether you're just starting your English learning journey or looking to improve your skills, this episode is for you.
And remember, at the English Globe, we're here to support you every step of the way. Learning English should be fun and engaging, and we hope you enjoy today's episode as much as we do.
So let's get started. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the important topic of mental health in the workplace.
Segment 1, Introduction to Mental Health.
Julia, today we're talking about mental health. But first, let's start with the basics. What exactly is mental health?
That's a great question, Adam. Mental health is about our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It means how we feel, how we think, and how we act. Just like our physical health is about our bodies, mental health is about our minds.
So, mental health affects many parts of our lives, right?
Yes, it does. It affects how we handle stress, relate to other people, and make choices. For example, if we feel good mentally, we can think clearly, manage our emotions, and interact well with others.
And what happens if our mental health is not good?
If our mental health is not good, we might feel sad, anxious, or stressed. This can make it hard to do everyday activities, like working, studying, or even talking with friends and family. It's important to take care of our mental health, just like we take care of our bodies.
That's a very clear explanation, Julia. Now, let's talk about why mental health is so important, especially in the workplace.
Good question, Adam. Mental health is important in the workplace because it helps people work better and be happier. When people have good mental health, they can focus on their work, be more productive, and get along well with their co-workers.
So if someone is feeling stressed or unhappy, it can affect their work, right?
Exactly. When people are stressed or unhappy, they might find it hard to concentrate or make decisions. They might also have less energy and feel less motivated. This can lead to mistakes, missed deadlines, and conflicts with colleagues.
And I guess this can also affect the whole team or even the entire company.
Yes, that's right. If many people in a workplace are struggling with their mental health, it can create a negative environment. Productivity can go down, and people might not want to come to work. This is why it's important for companies to support their employees' mental health.
What are some ways companies can support mental health at work?
There are many ways, Adam. Companies can provide resources like counseling services, stress management programs, and mental health days. They can also create a supportive environment where people feel comfortable talking about their mental health.
That makes a lot of sense. So good mental health is not just about feeling good, it's also about working well and helping the whole team succeed.
Exactly, Adam. Taking care of mental health benefits everyone, employees, teams, and companies. It's a win-win situation.
Thanks for explaining that, Julia. Mental health is definitely an important topic, and I'm glad we're talking about it today.
Me too, Adam. I hope our listeners find this information helpful and understand why mental health matters so much, especially at work.
Let's keep this conversation going and dive deeper into the topic in the next segments.
Segment 2. Common mental health issues.
Julia, now that we know what mental health is and why it matters, let's talk about some common mental health issues. Can you give us some examples?
Of course, Adam. There are several mental health issues that people might experience. Some of the most common ones are stress, anxiety, and depression. These can affect people in different ways and can vary in intensity.
Stress, anxiety, and depression. Those are terms we hear often. But what do they really mean? Let's break them down for our listeners. Let's start with stress. Julia, what is stress?
Stress is when we feel worried or overwhelmed by things happening in our lives. It can be caused by many different things, like too much work, personal problems, or big changes. For example, if you have a lot of tasks to do and not enough time, you might feel stressed.
So stress is a reaction to pressure or demands, right?
Yes, exactly. It's our body's way of responding to challenges. A little bit of stress can actually be helpful because it can motivate us to get things done. But too much stress, especially for a long time, can be harmful to our mental and physical health.
That makes sense. Now, what about anxiety? How is it different from stress?
Anxiety is when we feel very nervous or scared about things, even when there might not be a clear reason to feel that way. It's more about worrying about the future or things that could go wrong. For example, you might feel anxious before a big presentation at work or an important meeting.
So, anxiety is more about fear and worry, while stress is about pressure and demands.
Exactly, Adam. Anxiety can make us feel restless, tense, and even cause physical symptoms like a fast heartbeat or sweating. It's like our body's alarm system going off even when there might not be an immediate danger.
I see. And it sounds like anxiety can be quite intense and persistent, unlike stress, which might come and go.
Yes, that's correct. Anxiety can last for a long time and can be very challenging to manage. It's important to find ways to cope with anxiety, such as relaxation techniques, talking to someone, or seeking professional help if needed.
Thanks for explaining that, Julia. Now, let's talk about depression. What is depression?
Depression is a mental health condition where a person feels very sad, hopeless, and loses interest in things they used to enjoy. It's more than just feeling down for a day or two. Depression can last for weeks, months, or even longer, and can affect a person's ability to function in daily life.
So depression is a serious condition that can impact many areas of someone's life?
Yes, Adam. People with depression might have trouble sleeping, feel tired all the time, and find it hard to concentrate. They might also feel worthless or guilty, and may even have thoughts of harming themselves. It's important to take depression seriously and seek help if needed.
That's very important to know. So we've talked about stress, anxiety, and depression. These are some common mental health issues that can affect people, especially in the workplace.
Yes, Adam. Understanding these issues is the first step in managing them and supporting others who might be experiencing them. In the next segment, we'll discuss how to recognize the signs of mental health issues and what we can do to help.
Great. Thank you, Julia, for explaining these common mental health issues. Let's move on to our next segment.
Segment 3. Signs of mental health issues.
In our last segment, we talked about common mental health issues like stress, anxiety, and depression. Now, let's discuss how we can recognize the signs of these issues. Julia, how can we know if someone has a mental health issue?
That's an important question, Adam. Recognizing the signs of mental health issues can help us support our friends, family, and co-workers. Some common signs include feeling sad or down, feeling tired all the time, and not being interested in work or other activities.
So, if someone seems unusually sad or lacks energy, it could be a sign that they're struggling with their mental health?
Yes, that's right. It's normal to feel sad or tired sometimes, but if these feelings last for a long time and affect daily life, it could be a sign of a mental health issue. For example, if someone is always tired and doesn't seem to enjoy things they used to like, it might be a sign that something is wrong.
What other signs should we be aware of?
There are many signs to look out for. For instance, changes in eating habits, such as eating too much or too little, can be a sign. Also, if someone is more irritable or moody than usual, it might indicate that they're dealing with stress or anxiety.
So, changes in behavior and mood are key indicators?
Exactly. It's also important to notice if someone is withdrawing from social activities. If a person who used to be social suddenly stops spending time with friends or avoids social gatherings, it might be a sign that they're experiencing mental health issues.
That's a good point. Now, let's talk about some specific examples. What else can we look for? Julia, What else can we look for to recognize mental health issues?
People might also have trouble sleeping. They could be sleeping too much or having difficulty falling asleep. This can affect their energy levels and mood. For example, someone who is always tired during the day because they can't sleep well at night might be experiencing anxiety or depression.
So, sleep problems are another sign to watch for?
Yes, definitely. Another sign is difficulty concentrating. If someone has trouble focusing on tasks, forgets things easily, or seems distracted, it could be a sign of stress or anxiety. For instance, if a coworker who is usually very focused starts making mistakes or seems unable to concentrate, it might be a signal that they're under a lot of stress.
That's very helpful to know. Are there any other signs we should be aware of?
Yes. Changes in physical appearance can also be a sign. For example, if someone suddenly loses a lot of weight or gains weight quickly, it might be related to their mental health. Additionally, if a person stops taking care of their personal hygiene or appearance, it could indicate that they're feeling very down or overwhelmed.
So, significant changes in weight or appearance can be indicators as well.
Exactly. Another important sign is if someone talks about feeling hopeless or has negative thoughts about themselves. If a person frequently says things like, "I'm worthless," or "nothing will ever get better," it's a strong indication that they need support.
That's very concerning. It's crucial to pay attention to these signs.
Absolutely, Adam. Recognizing these signs early can make a big difference. It allows us to offer support and encourage the person to seek help if needed. Remember, it's always better to ask and show you care rather than ignore the signs.
Thanks for explaining that, Julia. It's important to be aware of these signs so we can support our colleagues, friends, and family. In our next segment, we'll discuss tips for improving mental health in the workplace. Yes, Adam, we'll share practical advice on how to maintain good mental health and create a supportive work environment. Stay tuned.
Segment 4. Tips for improving mental health.
In this segment, we'll discuss some practical tips for improving mental health, especially in the workplace. Let's start with work-life balance. Julia, how can we improve our mental health at work?
Great question, Adam. One of the most important things is to have a good work-life balance. This means making sure we have enough time for work and for our personal lives. When we only focus on work and don't take time to relax, it can lead to burnout and stress. So it's important to take breaks and have time for hobbies and activities we enjoy.
That makes sense. So, taking breaks during the workday can really help?
Yes, absolutely. Short breaks during the day can help refresh your mind and reduce stress. Even just a few minutes to stretch, take a walk, or have a cup of tea can make a big difference. It's also important to set boundaries between work and personal time. For example, try not to check work emails after hours and make sure to spend quality time with family and friends.
Setting boundaries sounds like a key part of maintaining balance. Are there any specific activities that can help improve work-life balance?
Definitely. Engaging in hobbies and activities outside of work is very beneficial. This could be anything from reading a book, gardening, playing a sport, or even just spending time with loved ones. These activities help you relax and recharge, making you more productive and happier when you're at work.
That sounds very helpful, Julia. Now, let's talk about healthy habits. What are some healthy habits that can improve our mental health?
Healthy habits play a crucial role in maintaining good mental health. First, eating well is very important. A balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can help improve mood and energy levels. Avoiding too much caffeine, sugar, and junk food can also make a big difference.
So, what we eat can really affect how we feel.
Yes, Adam. Good nutrition supports our overall health and well-being. Another important habit is regular exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are chemicals in the brain that help improve mood and reduce stress. Even a short walk, a quick workout, or a yoga session can help.
Exercise sounds like a great way to boost mental health. What about sleep?
Sleep is incredibly important. Getting enough sleep helps our bodies and minds recover from the day's activities. Most adults need about 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Good sleep hygiene includes going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, avoiding screens before bedtime, and creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
So, eating well, exercising, and getting enough sleep are key habits for good mental health?
Exactly, Adam. These habits help keep our bodies and minds healthy, making it easier to cope with stress and challenges.
Those tips are very practical, Julia. But what should we do if we need help with our mental health?
It's very important to know that it's okay to ask for help. If you're struggling with your mental health, talking to someone can make a big difference. You can speak with a friend, family member, or a coworker you trust. Sometimes just sharing your feelings can help you feel better.
Talking to someone sounds like a good first step. What if someone needs more support?
If you need more support, it's a good idea to talk to a professional. This could be a counselor, therapist, or doctor. They can provide guidance, support, and treatment options that can help. Many workplaces also offer employee assistance programs that provide confidential counseling services.
So seeking professional help is a positive step towards better mental health?
Absolutely. There's no shame in seeking help. It's a sign of strength to recognize when you need support and to take action to get better. Mental health professionals are trained to help people manage their feelings and find effective ways to cope.
Thank you, Julia. These tips are very valuable. Taking care of our mental health is essential, and it's great to know there are many ways to do that.
Yes, Adam. By maintaining a good work-life balance, adopting healthy habits, and seeking help when needed, we can all improve our mental health and lead happier, more fulfilling lives.
That's great advice, Julia. In our next segment, we'll discuss how workplaces can create a supportive environment for mental health.
Stay tuned, everyone. We have more helpful tips and information coming up. Segment 5, Creating a Supportive Workplace.
In our previous segments, we talked about what mental health is, common issues, recognizing signs, and tips for improving mental health. Now let's discuss how workplaces can create a supportive environment for mental health. Julia, how can workplaces support mental health?
Great question, Adam. Creating a supportive workplace environment is essential for promoting mental health. One of the key aspects is fostering a positive environment where employees feel valued and respected. This means being kind, understanding, and compassionate towards each other.
So, a supportive environment starts with the way people treat each other?
Yes, absolutely. Encouraging open communication is very important. Employees should feel comfortable discussing their concerns and knowing that they will be heard and supported. This can be achieved by having regular check-ins, team meetings, and an open-door policy where employees can speak freely with their supervisors or managers.
Open communication sounds like a fundamental part of a supportive workplace. What else can employers do to create a positive environment?
Employers can also recognize and appreciate their employees' efforts. Acknowledging hard work and achievements can boost morale and make employees feel valued. This can be done through regular feedback, rewards, and recognition programs. Additionally, promoting a healthy work-life balance, as we discussed earlier, is crucial. Encouraging employees to take breaks, use their vacation days, and set boundaries between work and personal time can significantly reduce stress.
Recognition and work-life balance are key. Are there any specific practices that can help create a supportive culture?
Yes, Adam. Employers can provide training on mental health awareness for all employees. This helps everyone understand the importance of mental health and how to support each other. Creating a stigma-free environment where mental health is openly discussed can make a big difference. Employers can also lead by example by practicing self-care and prioritizing their own mental health.
Leading by example and providing training are great ideas. Now, let's talk about specific resources that workplaces can offer to support mental health. Julia, what resources can workplaces provide to support mental health?
There are several valuable resources that workplaces can offer. One of the most important is access to counseling services. This can be through an employee assistance program, EAP, that provides confidential counseling and support for employees. These services can help employees deal with personal or work-related issues in a safe and supportive environment.
Counseling services can provide essential support. What other resources can be beneficial?
Workplaces can also offer stress management programs. These programs can include workshops on relaxation techniques, time management skills, and mindfulness practices. For example, offering yoga classes, meditation sessions, or stress reduction workshops can help employees manage stress effectively.
That sounds very helpful. Are there any other resources that can support employees' mental health? Yes, Adam. Providing resources like mental health days or flexible work schedules can also be very beneficial. Allowing employees to take time off when they need it to recharge or attend to personal matters can prevent burnout and improve overall well-being. Additionally, creating a supportive network where employees can share their experiences and support each other can foster a sense of community and belonging.
Mental health days and a supportive network can make a big difference. Are there any other ways workplaces can show their commitment to mental health?
Employers can also provide information and resources about mental health, such as pamphlets, online resources, or access to mental health apps. Encouraging employees to use these resources and providing information on how to access them can empower employees to take charge of their mental health. That's very comprehensive, Julia. Providing a range of resources shows that the workplace cares about its employees' well-being.
Exactly, Adam. Creating a supportive workplace environment and offering resources for mental health can lead to a happier, healthier, and more productive workforce. It's a win-win situation for both employees and employers.
Thank you, Julia, for these valuable insights. It's clear that there are many ways workplaces can support mental health and create a positive environment for everyone.
You're welcome, Adam. I hope our listeners find this information helpful and feel empowered to create a supportive environment in their own workplaces.
In our next segment, we'll share some real-life stories and examples of workplaces that have successfully implemented these practices.
Segment 6. Real-life scenarios and role plays.
In this segment, we're going to present some real-life scenarios and role plays to show how to handle mental health issues in the workplace. Let's start with scenario 1, where I'll act as an employee feeling stressed, and Julia will play the role of a supportive colleague.
Okay, Adam, let's set the scene. You're an employee named John, and you've been feeling very stressed about a big project at work.
I don't know how I'm going to finish this project on time. There's just so much to do, and I'm feeling completely overwhelmed.
Hey, John, you seem really stressed. Is everything okay?
Honestly, no. This project is just too much. I'm working late every day, and I still don't feel like I'm making any progress. It's really getting to me.
I'm sorry to hear that, John. It sounds really tough. Have you talked to our manager about this? Maybe we can find a way to lighten your load a bit.
I haven't. I don't want to seem like I can't handle it.
I understand, but it's important to take care of yourself too. Why don't we go talk to our manager together? I'm sure they'd want to know how you're feeling and help you out. Also, taking short breaks during the day might help you feel less overwhelmed.
You really think they'd understand?
Absolutely. Managers are there to support us. Plus, you're not alone. We all have moments when we need a little help. Let's take it one step at a time.
Okay, let's go talk to them. Thanks for your support.
Anytime, John. Remember, it's okay to ask for help.
That was a great example of how to support a colleague who's feeling stressed. Julia, you did a wonderful job showing empathy and offering practical advice.
Thanks, Adam. It's important to be there for each other and to encourage open communication. Now, let's move on to scenario 2, where I'll act as an employee talking to a manager about feeling anxious. You'll play the role of the manager.
All right, let's set the scene. Julia, you'll be an employee named Emily, and you're feeling very anxious about your work. I'll be your manager, Mr. Smith.
Got it. Let's begin. Mr. Smith, do you have a moment to talk?
Of course, Emily, come in. What's on your mind?
I've been feeling really anxious lately. The workload and upcoming deadlines are making me very nervous, and I find it hard to concentrate.
I'm sorry to hear that, Emily. I appreciate you coming to talk to me about it. Can you tell me more about what's been causing you this anxiety?
It's just everything seems to be piling up at once. I want to do a good job, but I'm constantly worried I'm going to mess something up or not meet expectations.
I understand. It sounds like you're under a lot of pressure. Let's see how we can make this more manageable for you. First, let's look at your current tasks and see if we can prioritize or delegate some of them.
That would be really helpful. I just feel like I'm drowning in work.
We can definitely find a way to ease your workload. Also, have you considered taking short breaks throughout the day? Sometimes stepping away for a few minutes can help clear your mind.
I've been working through my breaks to try to keep up, but maybe taking some time for myself would help.
It's important to take care of yourself, Emily. Also, if you ever need someone to talk to, our Employee Assistance Program offers counseling services. They can provide professional support and strategies to manage anxiety.
I didn't realize that was available. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you for being so understanding, Mr. Smith.
Of course, Emily, we're here to support you. Let's make sure we regularly check in to see how you're doing. And remember, it's okay to ask for help whenever you need it.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I already feel a bit better just talking about it.
I'm glad to hear that. We're a team and we're here to support each other. That was a great example of how managers can support their employees. Julia, you did a wonderful job showing how important it is to seek help and communicate openly.
Thanks, Adam. It's crucial for managers to be approachable and supportive. Providing resources and showing understanding can make a huge difference for employees dealing with anxiety or other mental health issues.
Absolutely. I hope these role plays give our listeners practical examples of how to handle these situations in their own workplaces. In our next segment, we'll summarize what we've learned and provide some final thoughts.
Stay tuned, everyone. We're almost at the end of our episode, and we have some important takeaways to share. Segment 7, Recap and Final Message.
Before we wrap up today's episode, let's quickly recap what we discussed. Today, we talked about mental health in the workplace. We learned about common issues like stress, anxiety, and depression. We also discussed how to recognize the signs of these issues and shared some tips for improving mental health, such as maintaining a good work-life balance, adopting healthy habits, and seeking help when needed.
That's right, Adam. We also talked about how workplaces can create a supportive environment for mental health. This includes fostering a positive atmosphere, providing resources like counseling services and stress management programs, and encouraging open communication. Remember, it is important to take care of your mental health and to ask for help if you need it. There is no shame in seeking support, and it can make a big difference in your overall well-being.
We also presented some real-life scenarios to illustrate how to handle mental health issues in the workplace. These role plays showed how colleagues and managers can support each other through open communication, empathy, and practical solutions.
Exactly, Adam. We hope these examples were helpful and provided valuable insights into how to create a more supportive and understanding workplace. Mental health is a crucial aspect of our lives, and taking steps to care for it is essential for our happiness and productivity.
Thank you for listening to the English Globe. We hope you found today's episode informative and useful. Mental health in the workplace is an important topic, and we encourage you to take the information we've shared to heart and apply it in your own lives and workplaces.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. Don't hesitate to seek support when you need it and to support others around you. Take care and see you next time.